So, we have a lot of news to talk about here, but before we start, please make sure to like and subscribe. And once you do that, we will just dive on in. So, here we go. We're starting off by talking about the big signing for the Vancouver Canucks that they have made, and that would be the 5-year, $24.75 million deal that they made with the new acquisition, Connor Garland. And yes, that is almost $25 million, but I actually really like the deal, which is why it confuses me, because Jim Benning will do things that make you want to, slam your head into a wall, but then he'll do things where it's like, wow, Jim, I actually really like that. So it happens. But Garland is 25. He has had a really good start to his NHL career. I think he could be hitting his prime soon, and Arizona definitely wasn't an offensive first team, so him coming over to Vancouver, where we're a little bit too much offense, that's something to keep an eye on. And it looks like he'll be started on the second line with Bo Horvat and promising rookie Niels Höglander. And he was pretty impressive this year as well. Also, not to forget the offensive-minded guys we have on our blue line, like Quinn Hughes, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, who he has chemistry with there. And they will probably help the numbers offensively. Now, I don't know how much he'll be playing with Hughes, but I imagine he's still going to get time. And this is a great thing for us. We really are over-reliant on our top six production for offense. I know this doesn't fix the bottom six, but it does give us more depth, which is big. Now, moving over to the gateway of the West, yes, St. Louis, we can see that it didn't take long for the Blues to get Pavel Buchnevich on a longer deal. It's only 4 years, but still, I consider that long. 3 to 4, I guess, would be middle, but they signed the Russian to a 4-year, $23.2 million deal to play for St. Louis, and again, I like this deal. Boost the top six for St. Louis, and Buchnevich is an offensive force that has no problem getting shots down low in front of the net, and I can see him giving a lot of production for them, especially you look at what he did with the Rangers in limited minutes, and I like what I see there. He's got 2 20-plus goal seasons under his belt, and he looks to take on an expanded role. Probably with St. Louis, he took on a bigger role for the Rangers last season. I thought played pretty well, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that. This is a great move because it doesn't break the bank. And also, the Blues have a deeper team that their second line probably should produce more now that he's on there. Now, farther east, it appears that the Carolina Hurricanes have stirred things up in the NHL community as they have signed Tony DeAngelo to a 1-year deal for an undisclosed amount. And I'm not even joking when I say this. This is 100% serious, not sarcasm. I honestly am surprised Mark Bergevin has not got him already. I know, it sounds like I'm trying to be a jerk, but I'm not. Now, from a hockey perspective, it's not a bad signing, as DeAngelo was 4th for points by a defenseman 2 seasons ago. The offensive talent, clearly there. Now, he may slide into that top 4 role, or not, depending on how things go with Carolina, who knows, all there. But on the other side of the coin, he's had issues with teammates before in the past, and tends to say a lot of things on social media teams wouldn't want you to say, and they probably don't want to deal with that, but Carolina has signed him, so we'll see how it goes. However, I think Carolina sees this as a boost and possibly even a safety net if Hamilton leaves in free agency. They have a young, talented blue liner to go towards and build around. I guess not build around, but add into the rotation there. Now, if Hamilton does return, then that just means more depth for them when it's clear they could use a little bit more talent to take on teams like Tampa Bay. Yes, this could end up being a huge headache for them. He may not even play a game, we'll see. But I am aware that at the end of the day, Carolina has just got more lethal offensively if he does play for them. How will it work out? I couldn't tell you, but we'll see how it goes. Now, speaking of more depth, Keith Yandle has signed a 1-year, $900,000 deal with the Philadelphia Flyers. And, I know Yandle had a pretty rough year with the Iron Man streak and everything going on there with the Panthers, but I actually kind of like this deal with the Flyers. I know some people would say, I'm shying away from it, but Philly has had issues on the power play before, and Yandle, who doesn't, I don't think he'll play a ton of minutes for them this year, but he could be insanely productive for them on the power play, and that could be a big boost. I don't know if you remember, but in the playoffs, not this offseason, but last playoffs, they were rough, and that was really a big reason why their season ended. And if this works out, this is great because Gritty and Co. could keep Yandle for a little bit longer. And if it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. It's only $900,000, which I know is a lot to you and me. All my subscribers, maybe that's no big deal to you, but for a lot of us, that is a lot of money. But for a franchise, $900,000, it's no big deal. So yeah. And then moving up north, the Montreal Canadiens have signed Yoel Armia to a 4-year, $13.6 million extension. And I look at this deal in two ways. One of it is it might be an overpay, and I think it's because Armia's mainly a bottom six guy that has played on the fourth line, and he'll be making $3.4 million on average per season. But on the other side, Armia is a really likable player, and I'm not a guy that usually roots a ton for other players, but when I see him play, I really do like Armia. And when his game is on, I think this deal is worth it. Now, I know Montreal has some cap issues that they're going to have to work around, which is why I'm surprised that they signed Yandle to this deal, especially for the length of it. But it's in the past now. It's a big, big win for him in his checkbook, so I'm really happy for him. And he's part of this identity, this mentality, and I think he's what Montreal fans think of when they think of the players that embody the Canadiens' mindset. Now, finally, we'll be talking about Jim Benning, and, another good move by him, or at least in my opinion. He trades Nate Schmidt to Winnipeg for a third-round pick. Maybe this is the deal that works out for both teams down the road, and I'm okay with that. Winnipeg has been trying to improve their blue line the past 2 days in front of Connor Hellebuyck. And, they got Dylan from the Capitals, which is an underrated defensive defenseman. And then you have, obviously, Schmidt going over there now. And it works out. I think that it could work out for Winnipeg here. We'll see how that goes. But for us, I think it works out big time because the Canucks are strapped for cash. And this will actually save them about $21 million over the next 4 seasons, which is huge with the two young players that we all know we have to sign. So we'll have to see how it goes there. That is about it for news. I know Fleury, that's news there, but we'll talk about that probably tomorrow when we get some more clarity there. I know more has happened today, but there's been so much that happened, I just figured that we'd wrap it up with what we have here. Let me know what your thoughts are of all the stuff that's happened today, even if it wasn't in this video or any of the other videos I did. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Everybody stay safe. Have a great night. Go off hockey. And let me tell you what, we could be back with another video if something major happens, but if not, I think this one will be the final one for tonight. And get ready for free agency tomorrow because it could be crazy. Goodbye, Brigadiers and Brigadettes. This is your captain signing off. Have a great night.